Well, in this video I will rank the 10 best games for mobile in 2023 from my point of view, which I definitely advise you to download now, apart from the very popular games like COD Mobile and Genshin Impact, so relax and get ready to discover your new favorite game. Lost Light, an online game with a size of 6 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Lost Light is a 3D ARPG where you get to join the Firefly Vanguard squad, one of the last remnants of humanity left within the lockdown zone. You must survive in this hostile environment, forming all kinds of alliances with other players. One of the most important aspects of the game is shelter. With the resources you get as you play, you'll be able to build and improve your own home base where you can rest and store all your treasures. Another thing that makes Lost Light stand out from similar games is the interaction with other players. Even though you can attack anyone you see on the screen, you can also choose to team up with them. Lost Light is another promising release from NetEase similar to The Great Disorder but with a new gameplay and an even more ambitious objective.
Find him! Requesting backup! Backup!
PAYDAY Crime War, an online game with a size of 1 GB, available on Android and iPhone. PAYDAY Crime War is an exciting multiplayer first-person shooter where you'll have to choose to become either a cop or a robber. Depending on which team you choose, you'll have one of two goals. The robbers are trying to break into a safe and the cops will do anything to stop them. PAYDAY Crime War's controls are very well adapted to touchscreen devices. Simply move your character with the virtual joystick on the left side of the screen and fire your weapon with a button on the right. With all that and spectacular graphics you can customize to your device, PAYDAY Crime War is a great team-based FPS that manages to bring Payday's fantastic game experience to Android and iOS devices.
Okay, let's do this, buddies.
Rise of Cyber, an online game with a size of 1 GB, available on Android only. Rise of Cyber is a strategy game where you form a team of heroes and try to protect a celestial city from a dreaded virus. On Rise of Cyber you'll find striking 3D graphics that depict all the action with a good dose of realism. In this sense, the game includes tons of scenarios and characters to discover as you play. From the first few levels, you'll be tasked with forming a team of heroes capable of stopping the advance of evil forces. By tapping on the character cards throughout each battle, you can try to generate attacks powerful enough to defeat all your opponents. Download the Rise of Cyber to travel forward in time to the year 2177 and experience exciting adventures in this celestial universe. Sword Art Online Integral Factor, an online game with a size of 4 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Sword Art Online Integral Factor is an RPG where you're one of the members of the assault team. Trapped in an online world, your objective is to reach the 100th level in Aincrad, the floating castle from Sword Art Online. The controls in Sword Art Online Integral Factor are very intuitive. In the left part of the screen you'll find the virtual D-pad, which lets you move your character freely, and on the right you'll find the action buttons. When you start a new game you can create your character and customize it however you like. As you advance in the story you'll be able to add even more custom elements to your character, including tons of new weapons and armor. Sword Art Online Integral Factor is an RPG with outstanding production values, impressive graphics and fantastic anime-style characters.
元気にしてるか?
Starfall Fantasy Neverland, an online game with a size of 3 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Starfall Fantasy Neverland is a social MMORPG in which you can explore a new world full of places to discover and quests to complete. Starfall Fantasy Neverland takes elements from games such as Genshin Impact and Dragon Raja, with a special focus on exploration and combat. Starfall Fantasy Neverland gives you the flexibility to play at your own pace and enjoy all that you can do. It's an open world in which you'll have the opportunity not only to fight on large battlefields but also to create your own home and even get married. You can also get adorable pets and mounts, as well as customize your character's appearance with all kinds of armor and clothing, and of course I invite you to download it.
In the name of blood.
Lineage W, an online game with a size of 6 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Lineage W is an MMORPG that immerses you in the same universe as the classic Lineage game, but now with a new story, which includes plenty of fantastical elements. Lineage W has some pretty spectacular 3D graphics shown from a bird's eye view. Select one of the available roles to play as a knight, mage or fairy, each of which has a unique set of skills that you can develop as you play. One of the key aspects of Lineage W is its easy-to-manage controls, which are perfectly adapted to touch screens. Lineage W has all your favorite elements from this beloved series. Exploring Aiden almost 150 years after the first installment's timeline is a huge incentive for anyone who's a fan of this spectacular MMORPG.
To the door. We must get away from the mansion. But at least I don't have to face it alone.
Marvel Future Revolution, an online game with a size of 5 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Marvel Future Revolution is an MMORPG that combines traditional elements from both action games and open-world games. The result is an action-packed title where you'll be able to move through huge settings with total freedom, alongside other players. It's these special abilities that make Marvel Future Revolution so much fun. Each one of the characters in the game has completely different abilities from the others. One of the things that's really interesting about Marvel Future Revolution is that it has a story mode that was written specifically for the game. Overall, Marvel Future Revolution is an excellent MMORPG. Not only does it have spectacular graphics, but also a charismatic cast of recognizable characters.
Engaging target.
Dragon Raja, an online game with a size of 15 GB, available on Android and iPhone. Dragon Raja is a 3D MMORPG set in a futuristic fantasy world. Before you begin your adventure, you can create your avatar and give it a totally unique look using the incredible character editor. The Dragon Raja combat system is one of its strengths. It offers a much more dynamic experience than other titles in the genre. You can move your character freely using the virtual stick located on the left side of the screen. The story mode is definitely one of the main attractions of Dragon Raja, but the game also lets you perform many different actions. Dragon Raja is a spectacular MMORPG, which offers a fantastic graphics section, and I definitely recommend you to download it. Avatar Reckoning, an online game with a size of 6 GB, it will soon be available on Android and iPhone. Avatar Reckoning is an MMORPG where you embark on a trip across space to Pandora, ready to dive into a game based on this saga by James Cameron. On this fictional planet you'll meet the Na'vi, an alien species facing multiple threats. As you play you'll get to experience iconic scenes from one of the highest-grossing franchises in film history. Avatar Reckoning offers spectacular animation and 3D graphics developed with Unreal Engine 4 technology. Bear in mind that the demands of this engine require a powerful smartphone for the game to run smoothly. Before you begin you can customize your Na'vi character. Once you've completed this step, you can start exploring Pandora and go on adventures. The Division Resurgence, an online game with a size of 10 GB, it will soon be available on Android and iPhone. The Division Resurgence is a free-to-play third-person shooter RPG set in the first massive urban open world. The story of the game takes place in modern post-crisis America, where a virus outbreak has caused chaos and the collapse of the government, and your role as a member of the strategic Homeland Division. You must restore order and protect civilians from hostile factions. In the game The Division Resurgence, there is a vast open world that you can roam in, and it is also designed with high-quality graphics, and this makes you feel more realistic in the game. The Division Resurgence is the best RPG and shooter game that will soon be available for Android and iPhone, and you can now pre-register through the link in the video description.
Found some cover! Almost got it!
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.